Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for the Bravo Breakdown with Jolene. That's me, stand-up comedian and Bravo television superfan here to break down all things going on in the Bravo television world. Today, we are going to be having more fun talking about this. Bethenny Frankel interviewing Raquel Leviss. We're going to get into part 3. I am going to roast and recap it the way we do over on this channel. We take a comedic look and we're very opinionated. So, warning, if you are offended by people with strong opinions, this is not the channel for you.
That's my opinion!
That's my opinion! But first, make sure you smash that like and hit that subscribe. We are well on our way to 40,000 subscribers. Well, at least that's what I tell myself in my head. I think we're a little over 33,000 right now. But the goal is to get to 40,000. Okay, that's the goal. So if you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. Smash the like. If you want to support me further, you can always send a super chat while we're live. Super thanks after the video posts, or check out my YouTube memberships, Patreon as well. All the links are in the chat. Follow me on social media. All right. We got that out of the way. Narcissistic psycho, cut you out like lipo. Who has heard Sheena Shea's new banger? Sheena Marie and the 27s. She put out a new song, and this could be a hit. Now, Tom Sandybutt, take note. Okay, Tom Sandoval, aka Tom Sandybutt, take note, because apples, it's a good one. She's like, narcissistic psycho, cut you out like lipo, saw you on the internet, you look like a dumbo. No, she didn't say the dumbo part, but my favorite line is narcissistic psycho, cut you out like lipo. I'm like, love it. I love it. So I wish I could play the song without getting struck, but it's a real banger. It's like APPLES, how you like that? APPLES, how you like that? And I don't know why I'm doing that dance, but that's what it makes me feel like doing. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this. It's really good. Narcissistic psycho, cut you out like lipo. Okay, we got to get into it. You guys. We got to get into part 3. Remember, you are allowed your opinions in the chat. So if you disagree with me, feel free to sound off in the chat and we can have a very nice little discourse, if you will. All right, let's pull up the podcast. Thank you, Mtronics, for the first super chat of the live. Thank you, Jay. Fasten your seatbelts, kids. Now, I'm going to warn you, I haven't listened to part 3 yet. Okay. I wanted to react with you guys. I wanted to have like my first reaction. I just thought that would be more fun. Also, I didn't have time to listen to it yet, and I just like listening to it with you guys. Okay, so here's part 2. So let me get to part 3. Bethenny, how do I get to your? Okay, there we go. Again, if you want to hear all 3 parts, I put a link in the description for you to listen to Bethenny's podcast. This is from Just Be with Bethenny Frankel, the Raquel Leviss interview, part 3. We got about 30 minutes. I'm going to be doing fair use commentary, so I'll be pausing a lot. If I don't, something tells me Bethenny would strike me. Something tells me she wouldn't like that. So we're going to just do fair use because we don't want to steal anyone's content. All right? Even though if it might be, just a little hypocritical that you're making a lot of money and then complaining about people making a lot of money off Rachel, but then you're making a lot of money off Rachel. It's kind of, yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, you guys. Feel free to sound off in the live chat. Okay. Here we go. Reality Reckoning, part 3.
Elevate your travels with the City Advantage Executive Card, the only card with membership. Earn Advantage miles and loyalty points on bottle thrown.
Okay. We're back with Bethenny Frankel, Raquel Leviss, making excuses, creating victims. Yes, we're doing it. Bethenny Frankel.
So I saw that there was a pill bottle thrown at the reunion, like made light of. Somebody said, "Do you want a Xanax?" I have a Xanax, and that was sort of made light of. And I sometimes think about that this is effectively, it's a non-traditional workplace, but I would imagine there are even some workplace rules in a strip club. Like it is still a workplace. And I thought,
even in strip clubs, you guys, Bethenny's like, even where the hoors work. Is that a little slut-shaming joke, Bethenny Frankel? Bethenny Frankel? Of course there's going to be rules at strip clubs. There's lots of rules at strip clubs. Ask Chris Rock. There's no sex in the champagne room. That's all I know.
A pill bottle's being thrown. Wow, okay. And then I thought about, I read something where they said that, I read that Andy said to, I think, Variety, that he thought that you were medicated, that you were insinuating that you were on prescription drugs. So how did that make you feel?
Oh my God. We need to bring Barbara Walters back from the dead. R.I.P. Babs. The style of these questions, how did that make you feel? Bethenny, everyone's on drugs. Everyone is medicated these days. Okay. I mean, come on. If you're not smoking weed, if you're not taking edibles, you're on a little Kalani's, a couple Klonopins, a little bit of antidepressants, blood thinners, stuff for the heart, I was going to say gastric bypass. I've been watching too much YouTube drama videos. They all fat shame each other and all have gotten gastric bypass. It's pretty crazy if you go down that route. I don't recommend it. Maybe diarrhea pills, Pepto-Bismol, upset stomach, diarrhea, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
I mean, I am medicated. I've been on antidepressants.
Girl, she admitted, watch the show, Bethenny. She admitted she likes to do mushrooms. She has a lamp where you can see stars on the ceiling. She likes drugs. She goes to Coachella. She listens to DJ music. She does drugs. It's okay. She loves it. Jesus.
For several years now, and it makes sense looking back. It's probably around the time that I started filming Vanderpumprules. But to say that I must be heavily medicated because my behavior was erratic or I didn't have emotions is not okay in my eyes.
Well, he was saying either that or you're a narcissistic psycho, cut you out like lipo. So he was trying to be like, well, maybe they gave her some medication. That's why she wasn't reacting like a human being. I think that's what he was trying to say, right, guys?
I feel like that violates some sort of HIPAA law. And
not HIPAA. Oh yeah, Ozempic.
Like that, it's damage.
Everybody's on Ozempic. Bethenny, you're the one that is saying how bad Ozempic is too, aren't you? Didn't Bethenny? She compared it to some drug in the 90s or 80s that everyone was taking. Her friends in New York, she didn't have to take it because she's naturally a very skinny girl. Okay, bravo, girl, bravo. But who's okay? Here we go.
To a person.
An employer cannot say that a person that works for them is medicated. I know that that's a private piece of information, whether it was true or not, or speculation. I just don't know where the line is. That's what I'm kind of, that reunion. And this is why people are saying to me, why are you doing this? Why are you biting the hand that feeds you? I'm the shining golden child that got out and made the money. Why am I? They would have had me back at any time to make millions of dollars to be on these shows.
Why does she always say that? Bethenny, why do you always say they would have me back on? I'm the best thing that ever happened to this entire franchise, to the entire network. They beg me to come back on all the time. They're like, please, Bethenny. I'm like, no. Except for that time they said, yeah. Then I said, no. And then I said, yeah. But now I'm saying no again. Okay. But yet I still go on Watch What Happens Live and get in fights with Jeff Lewis. But seriously, I am not into it. They're into me. She always says that. Oh my God.
Something about this jumped off the page to me. Like, this is where the line is crossed. And the fact that the viewers digested what was said to you that I just read, I don't think they really realized what they were digesting because it's become the norm now. I just think that the viewers just like in some hazy world where they think this is like real, but you're kind of these like circus characters. You're like these characters, animals in a zoo that they don't really understand that you're a person and that was said to you. And that like, it's just like flippant talk about the medication. So after the reunion, Andy said she took it all on the chin like a champ. She just sat there and took it. I didn't know that she would be able to, which is probably why I hypothesized. I didn't know how long Rachel or Raquel would last on set. Given my years of experience in these forums, I would have thought that she would have walked off way sooner and maybe walked into her car, never to be seen again. So that's it.
That is like a mouthful. What is she even talking? We got to rewind a little bit. What is she talking about?
Andy said she took it on the chin. She took it all on the chin like a champ. She just sat there and took it. I didn't know that she would be able to, which is probably why I hypothesized. I didn't know how long Rachel or Raquel would last on set. So he's never seen behavior like that. So he's speculating. He's not saying for sure she's on drugs. He was just saying maybe she was heavily medicated. Maybe she got some Xanax. I mean, the fact that we're somehow villainizing people that are on what is it, like beta blockers? Isn't that considered technically a beta blocker? Sorry, my forgiveness if, or please forgive me. Also my forgiveness. I forgive myself is basically what I'm saying. Please forgive me if I'm wrong.
But Schwartz was throwing around Zanny's like Skittles. He was like, you get a Zanny, you get a Zanny, you get a Zanny. Like, what is the big deal?
Given my years of experience in these forums, I would have thought that she would have walked off way sooner and maybe walked into her car, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
So,
because in his experience, he is only speaking opinion. He can have his opinion. Andy Cohen, you know, he's far from a perfect man, as you know, I'm far from a perfect human as well. And I'm very far. Actually, I am a perfect man, but I do still struggle with being a woman sometimes. But if I was a man, I feel like I would kill it because it's just like easier. No offense, all offense. But he's giving his opinion. He has the right to give his opinion on this. And he's basically saying she took a lot that day. You know, a lot was coming at her. People had a lot of feelings about her behavior and Tom Sandybutt's behavior. So maybe I'm just speculating. I mean, I myself, he's probably thinking of himself, he would have to be heavily medicated. He didn't say what on. And we know it's California, baby. Everybody's doing little eddies. Everybody's doing a little smoky, talky. I mean, what? Bethenny, please stop. Please stop, Bethenny.
You say that just because I did walk off stage and then he summoned me back.
That's what I'm saying. This is why it feels you're abused and you're told to fuck you with a cheese grater and 40 other things. And then hold on.
I still love the F you with the cheese grater. I mean, because, I just can't even, it's so Tony Soprano. Like, it's just, Ariana Soprano was born that day, and I'll never get over how great that is. Mims in the chat. What's up, Mims? Mims says, let's not forget, Bethenny made light of Luann's, Dorinda, and Sonia's unhealthy relationships with alcohol and their vaginas and, you know, some of their sluttiness, allegedly, and had a savior complex about getting Luann free rehab. Hypocrisy. Yeah, there's a whole, I'm going to put together a little montage of the things Bethenny has said as she reads out the things people said about Rachel when she read it in part 2, completely out of context and all at once. Yeah, coming at you all at once, the F you with the cheese grater, you're a dementor, you're like Harry Potter. All of that would be a lot. But Ariana was very kind. She spread those insults out. I mean, I appreciated that.
Back. It's like, you were just abused by people, but we want you to come back for more. And then what I don't understand is I didn't know how long she would last on set. And I would have thought she'd walk off and then.
That makes sense.
And went into the reunion. He said he went into the reunion worried for your mental health.
Yeah.
And he said, I saw how unemotional she was. And it made me think like she was either really medicated. So it almost sounds like he was worried going in. I wonder, did anyone advocate for you to have like a mental health advocate on set or someone to protect you? Or
going into the reunion, it was promised to me that I would have a mental health advocate in my trailer as I watched the first 2 parts of the reunion. And then behind the scenes, just...
How many of you think the mental health advocate was hard, White Claw? I think because I saw, weren't they drinking White Claws? I mean, I think that's what they meant. I think she misunderstood. We're going to have White Claw in the trailer. You're fine. You're good.
Case for...
And Coors Light, because you know they love a Coors Light.
My mental well-being. And that was taken away from me.
Who took it away? Why?
The day before the reunion. And I think it was a punishment because I did this, like, this paparazzi guy found me waiting to get my nails done.
He didn't find you. Do you guys remember that? The TMZ guy rolled up on her outside, perfectly sitting on a random folding chair. How many times do you see a random folding chair? Just one, just not 2, no little table, no little plant, nothing. No ashtray, no nothing. Just one folding chair outside of a nail salon. How many times has anyone ever seen that? And it was just perfectly placed for you. And you who are in the biggest cheating scandal to hit 2023 or reality TV ever, decide to go out in Los Angeles, whether it was like in Studio City or whatever, it was in the LA area. You decide to go out, sit there with your hood up at the nail. No sunglasses. You called that man. You called that man to talk to you. And then it ended up being the same man that kept catching Tom Sandybutt too. And he called that man too. That man has been called. That Tom Sandybutt made that man a bracelet. They are friends. You people do this all the time. Stop it, Rachel.
On the sidewalk of the street, and I felt awkward being inside there. And I asked some of his questions. They were very basic. I didn't give away anything that the reunion was going to touch on.
You weren't supposed to talk to anybody. How do you not know that is, if Bravo says, don't talk to paparazzi, don't call paparazzi, don't sit outside a nail salon and be paparazzi, don't have your hood up. Just because I think Raquel really thought that they won't know it's me. They won't know it's me. Even if I talk as me, I'm going to call this guy to interview me, but I'm going to put my hood up. So Andy and them, they won't know it's me. Because Lala, she would know it was me. Because Lala has a whole podcast. Okay. And I'm not like Lala. Okay. God.
And I think the network saw that and was, I don't know, angry, disappointed, and punished me by taking away my mental health advocate.
Well, I would like to get a statement from Bravo. Has Bravo put out a statement yet? I'll have to look into this after. But did they take away your mental health advocate because they're mad at you? Was that in the contract? All right. If you talk to paparazzi, F your mental health. Okay. F your couch and F your mental health.
Okay. Oh, and then there's one more thing.
What? Why is Bethenny? Okay. Why did Bethenny react that way? Let's listen again.
Being inside there, and I asked some of his questions. They were very basic.
She just said asked some of his questions. Okay, I'm not going to interrupt this part, and we're going to listen. Did she just say she asked some of the paparazzi man's questions? And that's what they like to be called. Okay, that's their preferred term is paparazzi man, paparazzi woman, paparazzi person.
Mental well-being, and that was taken away from me.
Oh no.
Jesus. The night before,
Jesus.
like the day before the reunion. And I think it was a punishment because I did this, like this paparazzi guy found me waiting to get my nails done on the sidewalk of the street. And I felt awkward being inside there. And I asked some of his questions. They were very basic. I didn't give away anything that the reunion was going to touch on. And I think the network saw that and was, I don't know, angry, disappointed, and punished me by taking away my mental health advocate. Okay. Oh, and then there's one more.
Even Bethany's like, okay. Sorry, I wasn't listening to you. I was thinking about what I was going to say. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to you. I got bored. You're not making sense. Okay. First of all, Raquel is saying that they took it away from her. She thinks. So again, she's speculating the same way Andy speculated on she was on pills. You're speculating that there was a mental health advocate and that it was taken away from you. You said that was promised to you. Okay. You said promise. Promise of a new day. Promise of a new day. You Paula Abdul did. I think that's Paula Abdul. And there was a promise. But you think. No one said we took this away from you. You don't know. Again, you don't have any proof that in fact happened. And then you said you didn't give away any information that was going to be talked about at the reunion. You in fact did, because I remember in that interview, you talked about if you've spoken to Ariana and you mentioned that you did reach out to her and that you did send her something. And I think you either said she didn't respond or she sent something back or blocked you. So that was something that was talked about at the reunion. So you did actually talk about quite a few things. That's just one that's coming up off my memory from months ago. But you did mention things that were brought up on the reunion. Anything having to do with Scandoval was going to be brought up on the reunion. And you knew you weren't supposed to talk about it. So, I mean...
regarding the HIPAA situation, there was so it got out that I was at the Meadows for mental health treatment.
Okay.
And, sorry.
Okay, I have this on 1.25 speed. And these pauses are long on 1.25. What's happening? We're in part 3 of you should be just easing in. You got to know the interviewer. You should have a little less of a shaky, wakey. But now, here's the thing. I'm not sorry. It's the old adage. It's Judge Judy's favorite thing. If you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. If you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. I think, again, my opinion, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false, and everything is alleged. All right. I think you're lying. And that's why it's so hard for you to speak. That's why you're like, oh, hold on. Okay. What am I supposed to say again? You've been trained like this, through the pageant world. And now what's been going on in this show, then Sandy Butt trained you. And now whoever's training you, whether it be your mom, or I can't imagine you have a PR person that would think this was a good idea, but maybe not all PR people are good PR people. So now you are pausing and, okay, I have to start over. And I've seen this happen to you in quite a few interviews ever since Scandoval started, even before we knew about Scandoval. If you listen to the page 6 interview, which is one of my favorites, and it is before Raquel. Okay, so it's not before Vanderpumprules started, but it's before we found out about Scandoval. Okay. And page 6, and it's a video interview that she and Sheena did with, I forget his name. I only remember Evan Real, but it's another little cutie at page 6. And they did a video interview right before going to Watch What Happens Live. And Raquel was like, I forgot the word. Okay. And the guy tried to help her. The cutie was like, oh, probably this. No. And then Sheena tried to help her. No. Okay. Let me start over during the interview. And they didn't cut it out. It's just her going, okay, let me restart. Robot Raquel, hello, we're just speaking. But at this time, she was having a full-on affair with Tom Sandoval and had been for months and months and months. But she was pretending to be single, pretending to be interested in Schwartz, and pretending to have been a changed woman who it was her year to shine. So I'll have to put I have all these screen recordings. I'll have to put them together because it's very telling watching how Raquel has interacted in the press since Scandoval. I mean, not even since it broke, but since Tom came into her life and they were all lying to us about this affair.
There was so it got out that I was at the Meadows for mental health treatment.
Okay.
And one of my peers who recognized me when I came into the Meadows was like, oh my gosh, Raquel, like, what are you doing here? And she was in for that duration of time. So she didn't know anything about the scandal, but she watched the show.
Okay.
And so I filled her in on the situation and the things that led me up to coming to get treatment. Mm-hmm. And that was my first week and her last week. That same day she left, there was news that I was at this place called the Meadows getting mental health treatment. And that was a violation of my privacy. And then, it got picked up. But then there was conversations of, oh, Raquel isn't getting treatment. She's at a spa. She's at Mirabelle. And
who said that? Castmates or?
Yeah.
Castmates, insiders in the press.
Insiders, people who know for a fact.
Oh, okay.
And so that whole narrative was being pumped out there that I'm at a spa.
What?
And I had my team contact them saying, look, you guys know she's at the Meadows. We have the paperwork to confirm it.
Okay.
Will you dispel these rumors that she's at a spa? And they refused to do that to keep this narrative going.
But being a mental health facility.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Meadows real quick because I feel like I've looked up before, but someone just said, DM said in the chat that Meadows does not have psychiatrists. Let's see what Meadows has. Meadows, oh, there's a funeral home. Meadows. All right, let's see what it is. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, Wickenburg. Oh my God, yes, I remember talking about this and we're just gonna share their site and we're gonna just do a little bit of research here. Okay, I'm gonna do what Bethenny didn't do, and we're gonna see if this is true, if this information is available on the website. Not that I don't trust you, DM. I'm just taking a look. Okay, so Meadows in Wickenburg. Wickenburg is such a cute little town too. I lived in Arizona for a while, and I loved Arizona. There were things I didn't like about it, but there were a lot of things I liked about it. Also, Raquel was pictured out in Scottsdale in a bikini, just no big deal, NBD, where clearly it appears as though she called the paparazzi. She's like the Jay-Z song, I'm about to call the paparazzi on myself. And she calls the paparazzi on herself a lot. Okay, so about us. Let's see, what do you guys do here? At the Meadows, we treat men and women 18 or older for substance use disorders. Okay, let's take a look at that. Oops. Okay, I clicked on it. Okay. All right. We'll go back up there. Okay. I was reading it. All right. We'll just start from the beginning. About us. Thank you. Who we are and what sets us apart. Time-tested treatment, compassionate care. Our addiction, trauma, or mental health issues holding you back from living the life you want? Are they negatively impacting your relationships, family, or career? At the Meadows, we don't believe in quick fixes. We want you to stay for 90 days so we can get that full $350K. Allegedly. At the Meadows, we don't believe in quick fixes. Instead, we focus on getting to the root of causes so you can find deep healing and experience lasting recovery. For more than 45 years, that's older than me. We've been helping, way older, but younger than Tom Sandoval. Interesting. For more than 45 years, we've been helping men, women, 18 and older, overcome addiction, heal unresolved emotional trauma, and develop the tools they need to transform their lives. All right. The Meadows and Claudia Black Young Adult Center they got a certification, whatever this means, awarded on comprehensive criteria for outcome-oriented results based on addiction treatment. We're so proud to be one of the first to receive this distinction. Oh, this is the first time this was given out? Okay. ASAM certification. Numbers are not scores or ratings. Instead, 3.5 and 3.7 correlate to levels of care and intensity of services we provide. Whatever. Meet the team. At the Meadows, our expert medical and clinical staff includes 24-hour nursing, on-site physicians, and a full-time chief of psychiatry. So it looks like they do have a chief of psychiatry. All right. Right? She could have. Lamar, he offers to help people. Didn't he offer to help Nini's son recently? But okay. So it looks like they do have some psychiatry. They have a chief of psychiatry. This talented team of professionals specializes in trauma resolution using the latest therapeutic modalities alongside time-tested, research-based methods. Since each patient comes to the Meadows with a unique story, our team works to create a personalized patient treatment plan that combines varied therapies to unlock the greatest potential for healing and growth. Wow. Okay. All right. Their treatment approach, we believe that successful treatment combines a diverse range of powerful methodologies that work together to foster support, discovery, and healing. The Meadows' highly individualized treatment encompasses the Meadows model to address emotional trauma and addiction with a multidisciplinary emphasis. Group and one-on-one therapy, techniques like somatic experiencing and neurofeedback, holistic offerings, the guidance of our expert senior fellows, incorporating family, and our Fuel Well Nutrition Initiative all combined to create a program like no other. What is a Fuel Well Nutrition? Okay, they must be like, oh, you got to buy our snacks or something. Maybe it's like Jenny Craig. All right. So shout out to Meadows. No shade on you guys. I don't really know. It looks like you do got a little bit of the psychiatry. All right. So it is a place where you can go for addiction and mental health. And it tells you the types of therapy, all the things. There we go.
Not getting that cleared up. You wanted them to say she's getting treatment, not at a spa. Because,
Yeah.
wow. And why wouldn't they?
They wanted to keep this narrative going. Like it was more salacious for me to be at a spa than to be really reflecting on my actions.
So did anyone from Bravo reach out to you post-reunion out of concern, wanting to help you, wanting to pay for your treatment or check in with you, or even be worried that it would come down on them? Like what was the reaction? What was their involvement, or what did they do? What have they done?
No, there was no.
She's like, did Andy, I was going to say, did Andy Frankel, did Andy Cohen do nothing? I assume he did nothing. I saw Ryan Bailey posted a meme, and it was someone holding a doll, and it will say, Bethenny, show me on this doll where Andy hurt you. Because what happened? How did overnight Bethenny Frankel go from just being on Watch What Happens Live not too long ago, I mean, within this year, and getting in some drama with, Jeff Lewis and being with, if you're going to take a shot at this, but you better not miss. And Jeff Lewis is like, okay, girl, sure. But what happened? I got to look into that more. Like, what happened? Oh my gosh.
Check in from anybody to see if I was okay, and just to follow up. And unfortunately I asked for my tuition.
All right, I gotta play that again. So Bethany's asking, did anyone from Bravo contact you? Did they? I bet they didn't.
Or even be worried that
were they even worried?
Like what was?
How would she know if they were worried? How would she? How could she? Unless they go, Rachel, we are worried about you.
What were they? What was the reaction? What was their involvement, or what did they do? What had they done?
No, there was no check-in from anybody to see if I was okay, and just to,
No check-in.
follow up. And unfortunately, I asked for my tuition, I guess, to be covered for my treatment, and they refused to pay for it.
My grandpa, shout out to Wally, rest in peace. Grandpa Wally always said, follow the money. We've talked about this before. Follow the money. Bethenny, follow the money with Bethenny, follow the money with Rachel Raquel, and you will get to the true source of why they are upset here. She didn't get her treatment paid for. She didn't make as much as she thought she should. Maybe she tore spelling her money. She just didn't manage it very well. So she looked at Bravo and Andy like candy spelling, and she was like, give me that cash, homie. And they were like, we gave you enough. So again, we're hearing Rachel mention things about money. So she wanted them to pay for this Meadows stay. Interesting.
Unfortunately, I asked for my tuition, I guess, to be covered for my treatment, and they refused.
Like, right, tuition. Is that what it's called? Can you get your master's in like mental health treatment, but you're not going to treat the mental health, just being treated? Can you get your master's in holistic offerings?
Pay for it. And I have a theory that is because if they paid for it, they would admit to this liability.
Yes, it's culpable. If you pay, then
she has a theory, guys. I have a theory. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So interesting. So interesting. Wow. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Call 1-843. Rachel Raquel wants all her bills paid by Bravo, and it's not happening, so she quits and she's gonna talk shit. Use code Joleen, says Rachel is lying. 15 for 15% off. Bethenny does have some bangers in between.
Around, people are, speculating that you're part of this reality reckoning, and there have been just like whispers about you and I, very, very subtle, but we've done a very good job that no one knows we're here, which is wonderful. And thank you, everyone. But has Bravo been acting differently towards you since your name is in the mix and they're getting word and they're getting legal letters and there's been a lot of very public?
Yeah, just a few days ago, somebody reached out from the network and offered for security to be at my house where I'm staying with my parents. And it's a little too late. Right. All of the death threats were happening months ago, and you were aware of it, yet did absolutely nothing to protect anybody. And after that legal letter went out, all of a sudden they're offering services. So it's a little.
Okay, so she's saying a legal letter went out, and then Bravo was like, "Hey, hi, how you doing, Rach? God, long time no see. Gosh, yeah, I heard about those death threats. Sorry about that. Any hooser, would you like a couple of security guys to come over? No? Okay, we offered. Put that in the legal docky. Thank you."
What's also interesting is that we watched what we just discussed as emotional abuse on the reunion, but what happens?
That wasn't emotional abuse. You explained it, Bethenny. The definition of emotional abuse is a pattern. It's a pattern in there. She went on a reunion. She did shitty things. People reacted and gave their opinion of how those shitty things affected their lives and how they currently feel about her. And it was unprecedented that it was something that normally these reunions, you have time to process this. This was happening in the moment. Ariana was finding things out, crazy things, life-changing things, hurtful things. And she reacted. She hasn't since went over to her house every day and been like, "Hey, hope you're still effing yourself with that cheese grater. If you're not, I brought one." This is a remote, but you guys picture it. I brought one, a nice one too, because I'm making more money from Duracell.
Public. What about the messages and what have people said to you? I've seen merch sold, cups with your names on. So explain that world of hate.
Oh my gosh.
I think
the most disturbing thing talking about merch, is when I sent out that cease and desist from my litigator to all of the cast to not share the video that was taken without my consent. Lala decided to use
not Lala. Oh, we gotta slow it down. Let's put her in. How low can we go? How low? Only 0.75. You used to be able to go lower on the apples. What's going on with you, Apple? I can only go 0.7. Okay, let's hear her say Lala.
when I sent out that cease and desist from my litigator to all of the cast to not share the video that was taken without my consent, Lala decided to use that and be like, oh my God, don't cease and desist from my litigator to all of the cast to not share the video that was taken without my consent.
By Tom Sandoval. Go after him.
Lala decided to use that and be like, oh my God, don't contact me directly. Contact my attorney, Daryl. Like, have your people send it to my people, you dumb bitch, or whatever the heck her message was.
I'm sorry. This is so stupid. All you had to say is then Lala said, send it to Daryl. Send that to Daryl. Lala was laying down. She wasn't even upright. She goes, don't send that shit to me. Send it to Daryl. Everybody knows send it to Daryl. Even Rachel can't remember. She's like, something with Daryl and don't talk to me. No, it was send it to Daryl. I don't even know if there was a bitch.
And then she started making these sweatshirts that said, send it to Daryl. And
Daryl.
I guess she has made enough for a down payment on her new house in Palm Springs. Wow.
Shout out.
The same house that she bought out from under the rug because Brock was interested in buying that house.
What?
But it just happened so quickly. I don't know.
How do you know so much about everybody's boyfriends? How do you know what Brock was going to do? How do you know so much about Tom Sandoval? How do you know so much? I mean, she doesn't even say Sheena. You know about your friend Sheena's husband, not even boyfriend, husband. You know about what his like real estate plans, his business plans within real estate. And now, see, she's got to find a way to be like, la la, la la. It's like the Nene doing Candy, my favorite. Well, you don't know. Well, you don't know. I feel like that's how she's talking right now. So you're going to tell us, Rachel, that you know that Brock was going to buy this place. Oh, my goodness. You know too much about people's dudes.
The details don't matter, but it's like so many people.
That's what they should call this podcast. The details don't matter because they clearly don't matter. Because we're not getting any details. We're not getting any proof. We're not getting any receipts. We're just getting a lot of Rachel going, I think it's because of this. And I think Brock wanted that house. And I think they canceled my mental health because they were mad at me. And I think they sent security because of the law thing. And I think they didn't want to pay because then they were a culpable. And Lala, I think she bought that house to spite Brock.
People are using this opportunity and this scandal to monetize for their own benefit. And I'm left here broke. And, you know, my name has been raked through the coals. I don't have business opportunities. My brand is shot. Mistress.
All right, I get it. You're mad. I get it. And we've actually spoken up for you in the fact that the patriarchy sucks and it is doing what the patriarchy does. And you fed the patriarchy with your behavior. So Tom Sandybutt gets to go off and he'll still have these dumb chicks show up at his concert and go, I like it's okay. Look at my boobs. Oh my God, he can pour shots. Yeah, but he can't sing. Why didn't you buy a ticket to a shot pouring concert where he just pours shots? Because he knows how to do that. But you bought a ticket to a singing show and he don't know how to sing. You don't know how to sing. Okay, so I get that you're upset because the repercussions for women are a lot different, but you're handling this atrociously. Had you taken accountability, had you, just been a better person overall since this broke, this wouldn't be happening as badly now. We still would have the patriarchal bullshit where the woman always wears the scarlet letter. I get that. But had you spoken to this sooner, and again, your actions, I mean, they're very, it's bad. I mean, what you and Tom Sandoval did, obviously, very gross, very disgusting, very deplorable, despicable, all the things. But as we see, Tom Sandoval's still filming. Tom Sandoval's still wearing fitted tank tops. Tom Sandoval's still doing bead work. Tom Sandoval is still selling tickets to concerts. That kind of behavior, I don't think, is going to be accepted had Rachel Raquel done something like that, because she's a woman. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I mean, everybody knows that it's always the mistress always takes the biggest hit over the guy that actually does it. And you wear, that letter the rest of your life. And the guys, it's like, boys will be boys. Will men cheat? And it's like, no, women cheat too. Men cheat, women cheat. That's what, the basis of feminism is treat them equally. So if the guy's out there cheating, treat him the same way as you would treat Rachel Raquel. So I get that. I understand that. I do wish he was getting the same consequences as she's getting. But Rachel, you have to admit that you handled this horribly, and you continue to handle this horribly, and you continue to paint yourself as the victim. And it's going to take a lot more time and a lot more therapy and a lot more self-reflection and self-awareness before maybe, hopefully, one day you're able to see what you did in this situation and how you're not a victim of this. All right. You might have fallen victim to some patriarchal, crazy standards that are not fair, but your behavior got you to this point, and your continued bad behavior keeps you in the mess that you're in. Come on, Rachel. How come she don't have any friends who can tell her this? How come her mom can't tell her this? How come Bethenny can't tell her this? This is just very, very basic. No one's picking on you. You're digging the hole deeper. If you went after Tom Sandybutt, you don't think women would be like, hell yeah. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry, Ariana. Had you really been sorry, but I don't think you're really sorry. You have never struck me as someone who feels bad for what they did. If anything, you're like, they're not even in a real relationship. Ariana isn't even my best friend. I don't really care. Ariana never hurt you. You can't even tell us a time when she hurt you leading up to this. You hurt her for no good reason, just to have sex with Tom Sandoval. You realize there is a lot of other dudes out there, like a lot. And you picked Tom Sandoval. So you were the only one who hurt Ariana. And the person who's been hurting you the whole time is Tom Sandybutt. He literally filmed you without your consent, girl. Why aren't you going after him? He shared things. He left you hanging. He's already on to dating new people. You offered him your apartment. You gave him everything, your baby door, the keys to your apartment. You lost your dog because, bro, when are you going to start? I feel like Alexia or whatever her name is from Miami. Bro. When are you going to start holding yourself accountable and holding Tom accountable and quit blaming Bravo and Ariana and everybody else? You did the shit. Bravo didn't have sex with Tom Sandoval in a Jeddah. You did. Outside of Ariana's house. You did. Bravo didn't have sex with Tom Sandoval inside of Ariana's house while she was away mourning her grandma. You did. Bravo didn't even film it. Bravo didn't even know. Girl, please stop. This is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jill, for the super chat.
Did you actually receive death threats and online bullying?
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes, my parents received them more than I did. I shut off social media pretty early on, and
here's what I hear this, and I know this is, some people aren't going to like this, but when people say, I got all these death threats, can we see? Because I think people use this as an excuse to get out of bad behavior. And I've said this before. I've seen it happen with YouTube creators, and I've seen it happen with reality stars, and I've seen it happen with celebrities. Show us. Because I think if you ask, like, even Mims in the chat, people do send you some pretty gross stuff, even when you're on smaller levels. But to say we got inundated with okay, how many? Show me. Can you post them? Can we see something? What's going on? What's happening? I feel like they keep talking about this to, again, not take ownership of their behavior. And they're trying to use it as like a sympathy grab. Oh my God. And because you saw, during Scandoval, people started going, maybe we should stop talking about it. She's getting death threats. People are threatening her death. They want her to die. Well, that's what she said. Well, can we see? Can you cross out their name? Do what you got to do. But can you share some of those so we can just make sure? Because so far you haven't really been honest with us. And now all these death threats are going on. And I don't know one person who sent one. Granted, people probably wouldn't admit it, but how many? Can we see what's going on over there?
Thank God I didn't have my phone while I was in treatment. And, we got the FBI involved because these things aren't okay. And I think people were seeing red and they were just like overcome with these emotions, but not thinking that this is a situation that isn't so black and white. And I'm really, really happy that I took the time to go to get treatment at the Meadows, because they did teach a lot about shame and carried shame, toxic shame, and what healthy shame is. And with all the vitriol online and
Come on, get it out, girl.
that's been thrown at me,
I gotta speed it up.
if I were to take that on as my own, I don't even know how I would.
Okay, but do you have any shame? Do you have that healthy kind? Did they teach you? Can you tell us what the healthy kind is? Can you, let's, I'm going to look it up for you, Rachel. What is healthy shame? Okay. Because I think you should have a little shame. I have shame. Being a recovering alcoholic, I had a lot of shame around that. And I had to go and I made apologies and amends with people, and not necessarily everyone is going to accept when you apologize, nor do they have to. And you should have a little shame, bad behavior. There should be a little shame. I'm not saying shame that you're going to carry with you and debilitate you the rest of your life, but you gotta have a little bit of shame. Okay. According to the Googles, Rachel, and I didn't go to the Holistic Healing Fuel Challenge Diet School, but it says healthy shame guides toward self-correction, making amends, and growth. I don't think self-correction. I mean, you still were kind of talking to him, and you're still kind of behaving like you were. You have that similar mentality. Making amends. I don't know if you've made amends. You text Ariana like, sorry, I fucked your boyfriend. Sorry, sent a smiley face. Sorry. Hashtag, can we be friends one day? So it guides towards self-correction, making amends, no, and growth. I mean, I don't really see a lot of growth. I see like regression, I think. Toxic shame, on the other hand, can be very harmful psychologically. It's deeply absorbed in the nervous system, meaning you feel it in your gut. Well, she'd have to prove she has a nervous system first. You know what I mean? Like that, all shade, no shade. Okay. So it's deeply absorbed in your nerve. I don't think there's anything deeply absorbed in her nervous system, jokes, but yeah. Meaning you feel it in your gut. Toxic shame is self-punishing and lingers on. I don't think she's really punished herself. I mean, she looked good. The pictures with the paparazzi and the bikinis, she looked good. So I don't really, I mean, she looked healthy to me. I don't know. Thank you, Jody, for the super sticker.
5. Do you hold the cast responsible, or do you think they're just doing their jobs to make money?
That's a really good question. I think they're doing their jobs to make money. The girls' trip in Vegas was really traumatic for me.
Oh, not traumatic.
Obviously drinking a lot to numb my anxiety and awkwardness.
Girl, you might have a drinking problem. I'm just going to say it. I know you're not supposed to call it, but you might have a drinking problem. All right. A lot of this behavior, you're saying, hey, I started drinking a lot. Let me tell you, alcohol, when used correctly, can be fun till her daddy takes her T-bird away. Okay. But alcohol, when not used correctly, can destroy lives. And it can destroy lives on many levels. You can be functioning alcoholic, you can be high functioning alcoholic, you can be totally not functioning alcoholic, you can be somewhere in the middle. You might want to look into that. This place was a treatment center. You were drinking a lot. I don't know if you still drink. I don't know if you're working on that. I don't know if you've even talked about that, but you drank too much. Okay. You drink too much and you smoke too many blunts. All right. That's just what's going on. And blunts, I guess we can change out for mushrooms in this scenario.
That I felt around these girls that haven't had the best history with me. And obviously
doing their jobs to make money.
That's a really good question. I think they're doing their jobs to make money. The girls' trip in Vegas was really traumatic for me. Obviously drinking a lot to numb my anxiety and awkwardness that I felt around these girls that haven't had the best history with me. And the following day, Lala and Christina Kelly came into my hotel room and they were like, oh my God, Raquel, that was amazing. Last night, you reality TV rating goals. You killed it. So funny. I can't believe you. You're so, you did it. You're the best. And then as soon as cameras were on, it was like, Raquel, how could you?
Oh my God. So she's drinking a lot to be around these girls because she feels socially anxious. Okay. Me too. I used to think I was super social, but it turns out I was just an alcoholic. I was drinking because I'm actually not the most social person. I was having social anxiety and panic attacks before going out to social events. So I was like, I'll just drink some more. And that was, an awakening I had to have later in life. So it maybe drinking to numb that kind of anxiety is not a good idea. Also, now she's saying that Christina Kelly and Lala, let's hear that again, came into her room and said, "Oh my God, your reality TV goals, girl." These girls were trolling her.
And the following day,
welcome, Lita Star.
Lala and Christina Kelly came into my hotel room and they were like,
the
"Oh
membership.
my God, Raquel, that was amazing. Last night, you reality TV rating goals. You killed it. Like, so funny. I can't believe you. Like, you're so, you did it. You're the best." And then as soon as cameras were on, it was like, "Raquel, how could you? I can't believe what you said last night." Oh. And so that was all.
This girl was never meant for reality TV. Yes, that's kind of how it works behind the scenes. I mean, they know what their job is. You knew what your job is, or I don't think you knew what your job is. You were just acting like Rachel Raquel acts. And they were like, "Oh my gosh." And now, so they knew their role and you just weren't playing a role, I guess. I mean, we know that reality TV, it's not all real. There's some a little bit of real, some a little bit produced and scripted. What is that supposed to prove? That this girl.
Already a mindfuck. And I know that they're doing their job. And their job is to make ratings, to create something that people will be engaged with.
There you go.
And
stay here. Stay here.
Sick.
Before I get
It's sick. You got paid $350,000 to do it. It's sick now. It is sick now. It's sick. But that's what you were doing for seasons. But now it's sick. Okay.
I want to just finish up with your future, but do we need to discuss this dog? Is this dog thing relevant?
Do we have to discuss this dog? Do we even care about dogs? Oh, I mean, I had a dog and I love my dogs, but do we have to talk about your dog? I don't want to talk about your dog. I don't know why I'm talking like this for Bethenny, but the way she said, she's like, do we even talk about this dog? This dog? Big deal. It's a dog. She's a dog. Like Jill Zarin would call it a dog.
It's a big question for people.
Did we already talk about it or no?
No. Just the dog, and then we're done.
She don't even know what they talked about. This interview, it's not like this is long. It's long because I have to make, stop and provide commentary for fair use. But this is not that long. I think the whole thing ends up being like an hour, a little over an hour. And she don't even remember. She was like, "Was that in the notes that you sent over? Was that in the script? Did I already say those lines?" I can't. Hold on. "Hi, Mom. It's me." No, it's not Lala. It's Rachel. Yeah. Okay. I'm here with Bethenny. "Hey, girl." My mom says hi. I can't remember. Okay. So when they talk about the dog, Bethenny wants to talk about the dog. We talked about Lala and send it to Dingbat Daryl or whatever. Yeah. So what do I say? What do I say again? It bit you. Okay. And what else? Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to ask Bethenny if she's paying me. I don't know yet. I don't want to. Mom, you're causing me trauma. I feel traumatized. You were bringing me back to Lake Tahoe. Don't talk. Mom, stop. No, I'm not going to let you talk to Bethenny. No, because it's my interview. It's my interview, Mom. I got to go. My mom says hi. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's see if we're going to talk about the dog.
Sick.
Okay.
Before I get it, I want to just finish up with your future, but do we need to discuss this dog? Is this dog thing something that's relevant? Because it's a big question for people.
Did we already talk about it or no?
No. Just the dog, and then we're done in 2 minutes. I don't want to burn you.
Okay. Yeah. So just really quickly, there's a lot more to the story. But Graham, oh my gosh, he has a history of aggression, and he's bitten me really hard. He's bitten other people. I already was considering getting a foster family while going into the Meadows and trying it out. But my dog Graham bit my mom. My dog Graham bit my mom's hand down to the bone, and it was so bad she couldn't even get.
Was there a picture? I could have swore I saw a picture of this. Okay. Rachel Leviss dog bite. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we got some images here. All right. I hope it's not gross. All right. View image. Ooh. I don't see the bone. It's a bite. That's a bite. It's kind of gross. Okay. All right. Well, they sold it to ET, so good for them. They made money off the down to the bone bite. Okay. Let's get this picture up. Let's get a picture of Graham up here. Little Graham, little graham cracker, little graham cracker and cheese. All right, let's make this big. And while she talks about this, we will share this picture. Okay. Okay. So Graham is a killer. He's a killer. Oops, let me grab this one. Here we go. So here's who she's talking about. Sweet little Labradudes. Graham, the attack dog. He will kill you. Be careful. Okay, here we go.
And I had the decision.
Okay. To the bone.
But
to the bone.
My dog Graham bit my mom. My dog Graham bit my mom's hand down to the bone, and it was so bad she couldn't even get stitches. And I had the decision to either leave the Meadows and go back and take care of my dog, or try to get him rehomed and finish out my treatment because I knew I had more to work on. Okay. So I chose myself, and we researched a breed specific dog rescue.
I chose myself. Did you just hear that? Baby girl. Okay. When you adopt a pet, they become your family. Things can happen. All right, definitely. Not every pet's going to fit every home, but it is definitely your job to either make it work. And here's the thing I have a problem with. Ariana spoke about this on the Call Her Daddy podcast before any of this came out. She was saying that Graham is a very not well-behaved dog. And it could have something to do with the fact that Raquel is a not well-behaved human. And that, she didn't think, I don't think this dog has had training. And there are things that you can do. I'm sure there's people who are far better, within the dog world and rescue world than I. But I feel like there was more things that could have been done leading up to this before it got to this point. But again, this is a dog that was put in I don't know, I think they got Graham as a puppy, but who knows what this dog saw? Who knows the trauma this dog went through? I'm just going to put it out there with all these drunken nights and watching you and Tom Sandoval, I don't see nothing wrong with a little, and the poor dog. I mean, the dog's mad. He's going to go after the first person who created Raquel. That's what he went after. I think the mom, because he was like, it's your fault. You raised her. All right. I know. You conditioned her to be this way, allegedly. Poor little hippie. You guys said his name is hippie now, but yeah. I chose me. I chose me over my dog. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. So I chose me. And then maybe also okay. I'm going to say this, not to victim blame. But what did the mom do? What did mom do to the dog? Do we have receipts on that? Maybe she's one of those old school people that want to, discipline dogs in very unsavory ways. So I don't know. I tend to side with dogs. That's where I go. I go right to, I believe dogs. I believe all dogs. # believe all dogs before I believe humans, because humans are pretty gross, as you can see from what we've witnessed on this season of Vanderpumprules and all other reality television shows and in life in general since, BC, before cable. And yeah, I'm going to go with, I'm going to side with hippie Graham. Yeah. I think the dog went after her maker, and that's natural. He wanted revenge. Everybody's got to get a little revenge. Did you pay the dog? Was the dog paid? Was mental health offered to the dog? Was a stay at Meadows offered to the dog? It seems like Raquel got offered quite a bit. And Graham didn't do nothing. He didn't help no one's boyfriend. He didn't lie to people. He didn't do nothing. He didn't try to win beauty pageants as Miss Malibu and you're not from Malibu. He didn't say his talent was carrying a surfboard down the walkway and then putting it on the runway and doing this. Maybe he's mad. He's put up with a lot. He's watched you, fail at the pageants. He's been through you and James's toxic, horrible relationship. Now you and Tom Sandoval. He's been watching those little lights on the sky with the purple lighting. Maybe he got into the mushrooms. Did you ever think that? And not all people don't react the same way. And maybe he reacts violently to mushrooms. And maybe he was just like, wake up, time to do your makeup. You wanted to. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Justice for Hippie, formerly known, the dog formerly known as Graham, who is now Hippie.
And they took him in besides his biting behavior. And bottom line, he couldn't get rehomed. They reached out to Lisa Vanderpump to ask for a donation after they scanned his microchip and saw that he was my dog.
Mhm.
It was supposed to be a confidential, anonymous.
Situation,
Yeah,
right.
because it's nobody else's business.
Right.
And
But it happens. Andy had a dog that was aggressive with the baby, and he was worried, so he had to give the dog away. Things
Yeah.
happen with dogs.
Oh my, Bethenny. Bethenny. Are you talking about Waka? Is that why Andy had to give Waka to a friend? And then he reunited with Waka and it was really emotional? That's far different than what we're talking about here. That happens. That's actually quite common for people who have kids and then they have a pet that they love so much. But then the kids come in and the pet doesn't necessarily react the way they hoped they would. So what Andy did is he found them. He didn't go throw him off at a rescue or throw him off to the Humane Society or anything. He found him a home. How was Waka able to be rehomed, but Graham wasn't? And to throw him under the bus because the Waka might have been a little aggressive with the babies. Oh my. And is Andy ever going to be friends? Is Andy ever going to talk to this woman again? Bethenny.
Yeah, and there's a reason why I didn't want James to have Graham. He doesn't have dog experience, and he's part of the reason why Graham is a biter. James would encourage Graham to.
James is the reason. So nothing is Rachel's fault. That's all I know. Nothing is Rachel's fault. Nothing. James. Well, at least there's one guy she'll go after, James. James was that he taught him how to bite. He takes after his dad's side. You'll hear that in divorces or people that have, problematic marriages and they share children, unfortunately. And they're like, well, when the kid has a bad trait, he takes after his dad. James is a biter. That's what she's saying. James taught the dog how to bite to the bone on the mom. Got it. Okay, let's hear that again.
Yeah, and there's a reason why I didn't want
Okay.
James to have Graham.
Mhm.
He doesn't have dog experience, and he's part of the reason why Graham is a biter. James would encourage Graham to bite his hands hard, and he liked that sensation. So, of course, that.
What? I'm sorry. He liked that sensation. I'm sorry, James. Can you speak on this? You like the sense? Okay, let's. What?
He doesn't have dog experience, and he's part of the reason why Graham is a biter. James would encourage Graham to bite his hands hard, and he liked that sensation. So, of course, that trained Graham.
Is she on mushrooms? Is she? He liked that, and he was like, Rachel, wake up. You're on the shrooms again. Is Graham biting you, James? Because you like the sensation. I don't know if this is how you act on mushrooms, by the way. I don't know. What's going on? And James is like, Rachel, wake up. That sounds more like Brock, but okay. Not crikey, I need that. Hello, love. Rachel, wake up. It's me, James Kennedy, DJ James Kennedy. I think you're tripping again. As Wawa here, James is Graham biting you because you like the sensation. James, surfboard. Wake up, Rachel. Surfboard, quit letting Graham bite you. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy, right? This is what? James likes this and what? She's like an alien, but not like a fun one that you can learn stuff from, but like one of them scary ones. Whoever said in the chat, I think it was Janice, that she talks in crop circles. I mean, that is accurate. That's accurate.
To be a biter. So
Bethenny,
to
wow.
my surprise,
To her surprise,
people are like, "Oh my God, Graham's filming in Tahoe," and I thought it was a joke at first. And my heart drop to my stomach.
Why would your heart drop to your stomach? You said he was unable to be rehomed, and now he can be rehomed. And if he's filming, that means that someone is helping him out. But you didn't want that because you're being more petty. Because this whole like James made him a biter, and I don't know if I don't believe that.
And there was a picture of James walking Graham, and I was like, no. Immediately, my mom called the foster who was working with Graham, and she said, oh, it's so lovely. Lisa adopted him. And we were like, what?
You know what? That is lovely. Thank you, Lisa Vanderpump, for what you do with, for dogs, what you do for animals. Thank you so freaking much, Lisa Vanderpump. There are things, obviously, with this reunion, things I didn't agree with, and we're always going to have, criticism of the shows and some people's behavior. But one thing Lisa does, and she does well, is she saves a hell of a lot of dogs. And she saved Graham from a horrible life, or possibly, never being rehomed, or possibly being euthanized. So yeah, thank you, Lisa Vanderpump. That was actually really kind of you. And we saw this with Lucy Goosey Apple Juicy, that any dog that comes out of the Vanderpump dogs, it is, I believe, maybe microchipped. I mean, we just rescued our dog Teddy, and he's microchipped to the Hope Rescue Ranch and Sanctuary out here. So I think then if something happens with Teddy, they would be notified, So thank God that Lisa Vanderpump does this kind of work, and she takes care of these little fur babies, because we got people out here like you just choosing you, drinking Coors Light, having sex with Tom Sandoval, and going, oh, well, I guess I'm just going to choose me. Just going to choose me on this. So thank you, Lisa, for protecting little sweet Graham, because you can rehabilitate and train dogs. There are many things that can be done. There's nothing worse than people who do this shit with animals and just treat it like they're not family members and just go, well, I mean, it just wasn't working out with my lifestyle. It just wasn't working out. Oh, anyway, but my mom wants. Well, how do we know your mom didn't ask him to bite? How do we know your mom doesn't like the sensation? How do we know? We have no receipts. We have no proof other than seeing the dog bite. We don't know if she was like, hey, Graham, bite my finger. Oh, I like the sensation. Just like you said with James. James could come back and say, actually, her mom liked the sensation. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is crazy. This is crazy.
It's just so sick that they're using Graham as a part of this storyline and to further this villain narrative.
No, it's so sick that you gave up on a dog you said you love so much that quickly. That's really the sick part. To me, that's the sick part.
Bite your dog off.
Yes. So now the narrative is I dumped my dog at a shelter.
That's what you did.
He was hours away.
I wish no one would have ever learned this narrative term, because people use it wrong all the time. No, that's the reality. That's not the narrative. That's the reality. That's what you did. You dumped the dog off at this place. They called Lisa Vanderpump. They're like, oh, it's a Vanderpump dog. Well, we're calling her because we're supposed to. That's the point of it. And then we're also going to ask her for money because she's Lisa Vanderpump. And we could use it because we're here helping dogs while you're out doing God knows what at an overpriced, no offense, Meadows. But if you can afford it, you can afford it. But you couldn't afford it because you said you're broke now.
Being euthanized.
So you should have went to like the Costco version. You should have went to the Five Below version of Meadows because that's what you could afford. That's what I would go to.
That's not true.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, you got yourself into a hole.
Yes.
Oh.
So now the narrative is I dumped my dog at a shelter and he was hours away of being euthanized. And that's not true.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, you got yourself into a hole.
Bethenny, now you're getting it. You got yourself into a whole thing. She just said that to you, Rachel. Bethenny, your savior, said you got yourself into a whole shitstorm.
Okay, so
and then you said, I know. So that's all that needs to be said. You guys have agreed. That's what we think. She said, you got yourself into a whole shitstorm. You did. There are decisions that were made, behaviors, actions that were taken that got you to this place, girl.
What are your regrets? Like, what would you do differently?
I regret that I can't be in pageants anymore because Donald Trump, probably loves Lala, made a rule that like after 28, women are like completely irrelevant and not sexy. Okay. So now I'd have to be in like Mrs. pageants, and I'm not ready for that. I don't even walk by the Mrs. section. at clothing stores because I don't want any misses rubbing off on me. But Lala is like 30 something, so she's definitely a missus.
I regret a lot. I would do everything differently if I had the chance to go back.
Really?
I really just want to acknowledge that a lot of people were believing in me, and I feel like I was a disappointment to those people. I know that there was a lot of trust that was broken between friendships and betrayal that happened. And I look back at my actions and I'm disappointed in myself as well. That is not the person that I want to be. That I wasn't happy. I was really hurting. I don't ever want to be in a...
Yeah, we should have known how petty she was when she did phase the dog out of James's life. I will say though that it's sometimes I get annoyed with couples that try. It's like Katie and Tom. I understand they both love the dogs, but it's like, can we just pick one home for the dogs? And then maybe if you have a good friendship or something after the marriage, then you can come visit the dogs, but to have like joint custody. I mean, I guess if it works for them, who am I to judge? Even though I totally am a Judge Jolene, a Judge Judy, but and the dogs, they have bonded with both of them. So I take it back. If it works for you, it works for you. But how petty she was and not giving James a chance to be around this dog. So that's what she's most pissed about. She's pissed that James and Allie got the dog, that his new, cute, nice girlfriend who knows all, can read her up and down with her astrological chart. She's pissed that Graham has a new mommy that's not going to give him up.
Place like that again. And I will make sure that I don't put myself in that position again. I think there is a silver lining in the situation that I'm able to learn about myself and give myself this forgiveness and hopefully share with other people.
Oh, can we just, I don't care about your forgiveness. You haven't been forgiven yet. You haven't done the things you need to do for forgiveness. You got to be sorry first. You got to make amends. This isn't about Rachel.
The knowledge that I've learned and help to broaden a perspective on all of these things that have happened and that I've experienced. And if somebody is going through a similar situation, that there's still hope.
What situation? You effed your friend's dude behind her back, lied, didn't care, didn't take accountability. And there's hope. What did this chick just say? Oh my God.
I'm able to learn about myself and give myself this forgiveness and hopefully share with other people.
Please don't.
The knowledge that I've learned.
Oh no. You guys heard that, right? And hopefully share with other people the knowledge. She's gonna do self-help stuff. She's gonna start some kind of job website. She's gonna be a life coach. These are the words of life coaches. These, not all of them, but problematic ones. She's gonna start life coaching. She's gonna have a blog. She's gonna start a channel. She's gonna have a podcast. Fixing it with Rachel. You know what I mean? Rachel Reckoning. Oh no.
And
oh no.
Help to broaden
No.
on
Oh no.
all of these things
Oh,
that
no.
have happened and that I've experienced.
Oh.
And if somebody is going through a similar situation, that there's still hope.
I mean, you have to laugh. There's still hope, you guys. If you're out there and you're a 6'2" model and you're on a reality show and the world is right out in front of you and you're about to get another great edit on a television show and possibly rise the ranks of stardom on a show called Vanderpumprules, there's still hope if you throw it all away and make horrible decisions and decide to F your friend who was supportive and kind to you. If you F her boyfriend and lie to all your friends and deceive them, there's still hope. There's still hope.
Powerful, honestly.
Bethany, shut up. Shut up. You are not this. No, Bethany. No. I don't accept this from you. You're supposed to be straight shooters. You're supposed to be like Miss I call a fake. You are sitting next to a fake. And you are just like, wow. Power. Bethany, if this wouldn't be such a trending topic, if this wasn't benefiting Bethenny, the Bethenny Frankel we know would never sit next to someone with this low of a vocabulary would never, she would call her dumb every which way she could. She really would. We've seen her do it before. This is worse than Ramona. You know, Ramona can't complete a thought, a sentence. She doesn't make sense. She uses words incorrectly. She thinks she's super smart. Bethenny ate her up every chance she got. This is worse than Ramona. And you're, wow, powerful, powerful, powerful. No, Bethenny, stop.
Happened, and that I've experienced. And if somebody is going through a similar situation, that there's still hope.
It's powerful, honestly. It was all for something. It was not for naught. I mean, it was a rough journey, but it got you to an awakening.
Where? Scottsdale? It got her to Scottsdale. It got her to Scottsdale, calling the paparazzi on herself at a pool, at a public pool. That's where it got her. I mean, Bethenny, stop it.
Yeah. Well, I needed to get caught. I needed to, because it would have just continued. And that's not who I want to be. This was the biggest wake-up call for me.
Yeah, you hit rock bottom, beyond.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Then why are you still making excuses saying they weren't even in a real relationship and they didn't love each other and they didn't have sex? So really, and she wasn't your best friend and she wasn't a good friend to you. Why are you still making excuses for yourself? It just, you go back and forth and back and forth.
to reality television.
Oh, hell no.
Never.
No, because
She's retired.
I refuse to
Celebrate good times. Come on, Rachel Raquel is retired from reality TV.
My opinion!
We can celebrate. We can celebrate, right? Rachel Raquel is retired from reality TV allegedly.
This is why you don't like me. Can you tell them why you don't like me? Because your man does. How about that?
Can you tell me why your man don't like me? Because your man does. She is retiring allegedly.
Because they're losers.
Because they're losers. Oh my gosh. Rachel just said she is not coming back to reality TV. She will not have sex with any more reality TV cis males.
The new thing is that, you know, as a cis male,
Did you say cyst?
raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, if I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
Thanks a lot, Rachel. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
You're not listening.
You're not listening, Rachel. You gotta listen.
Okay,
You're not listening.
Rachel, the only thing I can think of is Rachel in her mind. Yeah. Justice for all the cis males out there. Rachel's like, I don't need reality TV. I'm super popular in Arizona's and I can go to Scottsdale pools and look like a hottie with a body.
I've been gone and I have been very busy. Like, honestly, I've been like super busy with, like, I'm actually very popular right now. Like, this is truth. Like, you know what? The sky is blue. We know this.
Okay, that's what's going to happen. Rachel Raquel is going to disappear for a little bit and she's going to come back and she'll be like, people have been asking for me. I'm very popular. She said she's quitting. All right.
not respect myself on that level where I would endure that emotional abuse any longer.
How many people really think she's not going to come back to reality TV? And for the right price, she won't do another show. She won't do like the villains of whatever that Jax is on right now. She won't do these shows again. I don't believe it. Is she going to go help the children? Are you going to go help the children now that you promised at the last reunion before this one when your dad came and picked you up and brought you back to Tucson?
Do that to myself.
That's a big statement because it's very tempting. Fame is tempting. Money is tempting. Chasing the dragon is tempting. That's a very big statement, you know, because I would have bet that you would have gone back. And I'm actually proud of you. I don't even know you, but I'm proud of you because it's not as easy. You are.
I'm proud of you. You could have been my daughter.
The spotlight. You
Say
can
it.
go back
Say
and redeem
it.
yourself and be famous. So you don't want that. And have they
Girl, come. I mean, no, she can't. She's not going to be famous. She was going to get a good edit and she was going to come off like the victim in the Mean Girls picking on her. That she was going to get like a, you know, it was going to be nice for that show, but being like super famous. I mean, Bethenny, I just need you to not do that. Please stop.
Did you have an awesome time? Did you drink awesome shooters and listen to awesome music and then just sit around and soak up each other's awesomeness?
You were going to be really popular. You were going to be really famous.
you to come back?
Yeah, of course. Of course they want me back. And I know that other people on the cast are more important than I am. So I don't even think that I would get a redemption arc, to be honest. I also know that I wouldn't be able to share
This is the dumbest decision she's ever made. She should have ran back to that show to get any kind of redemption. She should have done the work in the Meadows and then ran back to Vanderpump Rules. They did not create this problem for you, girl. They did not. This was all you. And ran back there begging to get a redemption arc. And you know what? People, it's innately, I believe, in us to want to forget and oftentimes forgive and forget. We hear it all the time. Forgive. Or I may forgive you, but I'll never forget, or forget. It's all like, because we don't want to carry yucky stuff. There's so much yucky stuff in the world. We don't want to carry it all, but you're making it really easy for us to carry yucky feelings for you. And it's so ridiculous, girl. You're going to regret this so badly.
My story, whatever I share gets condensed to 5 minutes max. So I think knowing that there's different options for me and there's good that I can do.
You're trying to send something positive.
Yeah.
In considering coming back, did you consider coming back at all?
Yeah, I did. I asked for equal pay with Tom and Ariana and for them to reimburse me for my treatment expenses. They refused to pay me equally. And, I was considering going back if I was going to be paid equally, because I feel like when...
Follow the money, baby. Follow the money. This isn't about anything to have to do with how they, how evil reality TV is and how she really wants to help people. She just told us, had they given her, she can be bought and paid for, which we knew. She's on reality shows. They all, the ones that admit it, I appreciate that. When Lala's like, hell yeah, I know this is a job. I can easily, I'll do this. Like, I make money. This is why I do this. But the fact that she just admitted she can be bought and paid for, and then we're supposed to believe this, that she has any real intention of helping people or intention of making the world a better place for reality stars and people, when she was like, oh yeah, I mean, had they given me the right amount of money, I mean, yeah, I would have went back. But now it's like so awful that Lala is hurting people. And I just hope people can learn from my story that if you don't get what you want from your employer or the money, you should go on to slander and defame them in the media and create a narrative like Lala that they are the reason for all the mistakes you've made in your life. Let's listen to that again, because she said she would have went back.
For my treatment expenses, they refused to pay me equally. And, I was considering going back if I was going to be paid equally, because I feel like when you pay your employees, it really shows how much you value them in, the whole, whatever it is.
I get it. You feel like at least I took a hit, but
not whatever it is. And the whole, like, whatever it is. And people are saying she talks slow. I have this on 1.25. You're not going to get paid with Tom and Ariana. You didn't put the time in yet. You didn't put the time in. They probably offered you a pretty chunk of change, but why would you think you would be paid the same as principals? People who have been there since the beginning, people who are the main characters. You were just starting to be introduced as a main character. You got on the show because you dated James Kennedy, and allegedly you and your sister went out to SUR and you were into DJs. That by your own admittance, you were into DJs and you found him. They're not going to pay you the same, but they're definitely paying you more than you're worth. I mean, come on. What most people, the fact that you were getting $20K an episode, $20K. No one asked you to sleep with Tom Sandoval for $20K. You just had to be on the show. That was before they didn't even know you were sleeping with Tom Sandoval and they were giving you $20K an episode. So now I bet you they're giving you a lot an episode. But you wanted Ariana's spot. This just proves it more that you wanted that main chick energy. You wanted that main character money, but you're not the main character yet. You were just getting into that. And there's something to be said for people who have been with the company for a longer time, and they've been with Bravo and been on Vanderpump Rules longer than you. There's longevity there. Loyalty. So you should want a company that isn't just going to take any Tom, Dick, and Rachel to come in, and then she sleeps with someone, and then all of a sudden, she's the host of Big Brother. Oh my God. No shade, all shade, Julie Chen, allegedly. But that's not how it works. And you shouldn't want to work for a company that works like that. You should go, oh, they're loyal to their employees that have worked there a long time and they compensate them correctly. They're not just like, oh, you can come in. Yeah, you just had a big cheating scandal. Okay. No, what is she? Oh my God.
And for them to reimburse me for my treatment expenses, They refused to pay me equally. And, you know, I was considering going back if I was going to be paid equally, because I feel like
Jennifer,
when you pay your employees, it really shows how much you value them in, you know, the whole
whatever.
it is.
I get it. Like, at least I took a hit, but
Yeah,
but
exactly.
wow, they are proud of me for
Right.
It's like this love. Because you said in your statement that you look for love and validation,
Yeah.
and I've experienced that. You want the network to give you validation,
Right.
which is crazy, and I get it. But I've been there where you want someone to say, "Oh my God, look what we did, and look at the ratings." And their MO is to not let talent know how well things have been going, because then they would have to compensate them. So we used to not even get the ratings until I demanded, we need to see the ratings, like, because you're not supposed to know you're doing so well.
Right, but it's impossible to not know how well the show is doing,
Right.
because, I mean, everyone's talking.
It's all about money. It's all about money. These people, it's all about money. They got on reality TV for that same thing. Their want for fame and their want for money. It's always going to be about money. You just admitted to us that you would go back to the show. And just like you guys are saying in the chat, it is. Like, just like Jen said, it's called seniority. It's called seniority. Tom and Ariana have it. You don't have it. You just didn't have it. But they were already paying you a lot of money.
About it. It's everywhere. Scandoval is like the most sensationalized.
So make some merch. I mean, at this point, you've dug your own hole so far. There's got to be Rachel Raquel fans out there, right? Yeah, people still go to Tom Sandy Butt concerts. You and Tom get together and, you know, go get your trash can fans. Go ahead. No one's stopping you from that.
Pop culture that I've experienced.
Yes, it's enormous. And the zeitgeist, it's been massive. It really has. So, yeah, it's been a cultural phenomenon. And will you speak to anybody from the show? Do you speak to anybody from the show, or is that's the past and you want to move on?
I have a no contact policy with every single cast member.
Okay. Wow.
What?
Everyone's talking about it. It's everywhere. Scandoval is like the most sensationalized piece of pop culture that I've experienced.
Yes, it's enormous. And the zeitgeist, it's been massive.
Huge.
It really has. So, yeah, it's been a cultural phenomenon.
Mhm.
And will you speak to anybody from the show? Do you speak to anybody from the show, or is that's the past and you want to move on?
I have a no contact policy with every single cast member.
Okay. Wow.
Is that her policy that she created, or Bravo's? Also, I don't think they want to talk to you, girl. No offense, but I don't think you had to make that policy, because I'm pretty sure they didn't want to talk to you. I know Sheena didn't want to talk to you. Ariana definitely don't want to talk to you. I don't think Lala wants to talk to you. Katie, she never liked you. James, I doubt Allie would like him talking to you. Sandy Butt, I'm sure he'd talk to you. Schwartz, he'll talk to anybody who will talk to him. He don't have boundaries. But I don't think they want to talk to you. I mean, this is given the same energy as someone's like, I blocked him. Yeah, but they blocked you first. You know, like, so it's like someone that just got blocked, or someone that, you know, didn't want to date you, and then you're like, well, I won't date him. Well, that's because he said he didn't want to date you. Yeah, but I won't date him. But you wanted to date him, and he was gonna, and he answered back, no, thank you, I don't want to date you. Yeah, but I don't want to date him. I blocked him. Yeah, but he blocked you first because you kept sending messages to him and his family and his friends and his work and trying to find him. Yeah, but then I blocked him. So I have a policy for myself, for my own health, that I'm going to block him. Now, if he unblocks me and gives me $20, well, then we'll talk. So just follow the money. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now here's where we're at. Is that the end? Because 26 minutes, but we have 11 minutes left. All right.
The better. As we all search for our AT&T, because
okay. I was going to say, does she have 11 minutes of ads at the end?
her whole, and I don't know.
I think that they feel that they went too.
It's like early Janet Jackson.
Cast call rule. But actually, I did want to know this. I wanted to know if you think that they feel that they went too far, the cast, and if they are sorry.
Lala has reached out to me on Instagram.
Lala. Oh, we got to put that in 0.75. Lala has reached out to my Instagram.
Call rule. But actually, I did want to know this. I wanted to know if you think that they feel that they went too far, the cast, and if they are sorry.
Lala has reached out to me on Instagram saying that she's willing to lend an ear, and I don't know. I just don't trust that person. I know she has her own agenda. I'm sure she wants
to make more merch, girl.
create an alliance with me so she can take down Randall for being a narcissist, and that's her whole MO.
Has anyone asked you to come back because you'd be good for the show? So good for business.
I do want to hear from Lala. Like, why are you contacting her? What's happening? What do you want from her? I'm curious.
Yeah, I've been asked back. The only reason why I reached out to Lisa is because I told her my concerns about Graham being in the care of James Kennedy, and I got a phone call from her. I answered and explained that James isn't a fit dog parent, and she just was talking about the potential scenes we could film together. She's like, just come back for one final interview. You can come to Villa Rosa. You can apologize for leaving and disappearing. And she didn't ask me how I was. She didn't ask me what I've been dealing with since the last time she saw me at the reunion.
That's why she invited you to Villa Rosa. Get the cameras. Let's do it. That's what I mean. You think Lisa's your friend? Girl, she's technically a boss, kind of. I mean, but do you think she's just like your buddy? Also, she's been through some shit. She lost her brother, parents, dogs. It's just, the world doesn't revolve around you. People are dealing with their shit. She's not like, how are you feeling since you consensually had sex with that man that was dating your friend for 10 years and you did it in her house? How are you feeling since then? Yeah. Okay. Do you miss that man and having sex with him in your friend's house when she's mourning a death? Do you miss that?
And she almost got me back because
she offered her money.
I did want to share my side of the story, like we talked about. And there was this fire lit beneath me because I was angry that Graham was being used as a pawn in all of this. And I really do feel like he was bait to get me back.
Oh, so now Lisa and Bravo made this Graham biting your mom's finger to the bone story. So you had to return him to some dog place that then checked his microchip and then contacted Lisa Vanderpump. Oh, they did. I can't believe they did that to you, Rachel. That's horrible.
Okay.
That's horrible.
And you never get the last word.
Horrible.
On TV. And have any of the other cast members asked you to come back?
Bethenny, why did you even go back to reality TV so much? Why did you go to the Housewives so much? Why were you trying to pitch your own reality show? Why were you on so many reality shows? Why? If it's so bad, why did you do reality TV for so long? And then why did you try to create reality TV? You got your own production company. You were out there creating reality television shows. Where did this come from?
Tom has emailed me twice. Lala wanted me back.
Yeah. Lala?
Lisa wanted me back.
Well, yeah, because they know that this shit is making money and the ratings. Yeah.
Yeah. Does that feel confusing when everyone said we thought she would get in a car and leave never to be seen again? You know, even Andy saying like she took a beat down and she was, you know, mentally unwell, etc. And then like, is it strange that the same venue that would put you in that position, and I'm saying you're taking accountability and you definitely contributed to it, but that same place that may not be the best space for you or safe, that you went into a facility for 3 months of your life, was asking you to come back. It's like when you were in the reunion, like, hold on, come back after you just, you know, were.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, it makes complete sense because they have ulterior motives. They don't care about my well-being.
What? They have ulterior motives on reality TV? God, this interview is eye-opening. This is Emmy award-winning shit, Bethenny.
They care about their narrative that they need to portray.
Narrative. Could someone put a count in the chat? How many times have we used narrative in this interview?
Interesting show and season for them. It's going to be wild to see.
Did she say season finale?
They have ulterior motives. They don't care about my well-being.
Ugh, horrible. Poor Rachel.
Their narrative that they need to portray on this show.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting show and season for them. It's going to be
season for them.
Wild to see. And
wild. I can't wait. I know I can't wait.
I have a real opinion about this conversation, lady. So this is the new you. I mean, you have a new chapter ahead of you. And what do you want to do now that you've grown up?
I
help kids.
Am impassioned by learning about myself and the psychology behind all of this.
Oh,
and
no.
I am taking the steps to start my own podcast.
Oh,
And I feel like it would be a great way to.
Oh no, I'm right, but I didn't want to be right. But did I not say it? I swear on everything, I did not listen to this. I knew it. You are going to cash in on this too. You're no better than anybody else. It all works the same. She's starting a podcast. What's it going to be called, Rachel? Tell us.
Share my side of the story.
Oh, can't
and,
wait. Can't wait.
Bring on experts that really understand the psychology
Like a
behind
self-help.
Yeah.
So we should talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like
$10 says Bethenny is producing it. Her company is going to produce it, and she's going to take a big cut. And then a couple years down the road, Raquel is going to be talking to somebody else about how Bethenny took advantage of her. Self-help, girl. You have to help yourself first. I just fell off the table. I'm so like flabbergasted. My elbow fell off my desk. You can't do so. Why do people who are still fucked up want to tell other people how to help themselves? You can't help yourself. Well, I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening. Yeah. Wreck It with Rachel. Wreck It Ralph, Rachel style. That's what it would be called. Wreck It, Rachel.
this is a area that's untapped because nobody really.
Something about her, all about her. You guys are coming up with great names. Rachel, write these names down, okay? Wreck It with Rachel. How to Wreck Your Life with Raquel. Also all about her, like something about her. So you can be kind of taking a dig at Katie and Ariana, and it'll be all about her with Rachel. It's all about me, all about me.
And bring on experts that
experts.
really understand the psychology
Like a
behind it.
self-help.
Yeah.
So we should talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like, this is a area that's untapped because nobody really wants to talk about being the other woman.
There are so many books written about people who are the other women. Or one of the most famous, wasn't it like Superhead or something? Superhead or what's her name? Wasn't that whole thing about that? Yeah. She had a Vixen series of books. She worked as an actress in a video vixen, and she had the intercourses with, lots of stars and some married and stuff like that. Let's see how many books, let's just say, or media about mistresses by mistresses. Because I'm not only the president, I'm also a client. Mistresses. I am spelling mistress incorrectly. Thank you, Google, for that. They have a TV show called Mistresses, girl. It's a remake of a UK drama. We always steal the UK stuff and then we destroy it. We don't, except for The Office. We did pretty good, but it went on too many seasons. But I do love The Office. Sorry. But UK, they do about 3-4 seasons and then they're out. And our version of Ghosts is very funny. I like that show, but the UK version of Ghosts is hilarious. Okay. Mistresses is a TV show. Revenge website. She's a homewrecker.com. This one shames accused people. Oh, that's not good. 6 things you may not know about mistresses. Why would a mistress confront the wife? That's in Huffington Post articles. They're mostly talking about the television show here, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of content of people sharing being a mistress. I don't think that's a new concept of people sharing their experience. I mean, we have quite a few reality stars. Isn't that, people sleeping with married and or famous and or married people. Oh my goodness.
That really understand the psychology
Like a
behind it.
self-help.
Yeah.
So we Scarlet Letter.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
And I feel like, this is a area that's untapped because nobody really wants to talk about being.
Ooh, yeah, it should be called Mental Health Mistress with Rachel. Write that one down, Rachel. That's actually a really good one. You guys are coming up with great ones. Yeah, my favorite is Mental Health Mistress. So far, we are live, Kelly. Welcome. Marla Maples. Yeah, there's been so many famous mistresses that have spoken or created books or,
Other women. And for as many people that are hurt by this affair, there's equally
All right,
okay.
awesome.
I feel like it would be a great way to share my side of the story
Mhm.
and bring on experts that really understand the psychology.
Expert hoes, big booty hoes. Oh my God, she's gonna bring on expert hoes. I would listen to that. If she brought on chicks, it'd be hard if she had a different host. She can't host it. You can't host it, Rachel. You can't host it. But There's probably already is a podcast like that where it's hosted by a mistress, like a reformed mistress, and then they talk about, or they talk to other reformed mistresses. Because I want to get into the mind.
Like a self-help.
Yeah.
So we should talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like, this is a
Evelyn, good
area
one.
that's untapped because nobody really wants to talk about being the other woman. And for as many people that are hurt by this affair, there's equally as many people that have been
The other person. If you have, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If there are that many affairs, somebody's the mistress or the mister.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's very remarkable that you want to do a podcast and not just go dip back into the garbage. Like, you'll talk about the garbage. I'm sure you have a voice. You've been speaking for almost 2 hours. And do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to be in a relationship? Like,
No,
where are you in that
no.
area of your
Calm down.
mind?
I would love to have a healthy relationship, but right now I am nurturing my houseplant and, still healing myself
Those poor houseplants.
so I can break these patterns that I keep.
Cycle. You want to break the chain and you want to have a good relationship with yourself.
Yes.
First.
You'll never
So where will
break
you be
the
living?
chain.
We're in Arizona now. I flew to come see you, which is there's no precedent for that. I have not done that. I really was feeling for you and not wanting to travel, and I thought, look,
Girl, you flew to her because you knew that this was, let's look it up. This has got to be her biggest rated show. Bethenny Frankel podcast ratings. Rachel Leviss. All right, let's see. Okay. Is there podcast ratings? Podcast. Oops. Podcast ratings for Just B. Just Be Bethenny Frankel podcast reviews, chartable, listener numbers. Okay, similar podcasts. Let's see. Just Be. Latest episodes. Does it tell us how many she has here? No. Okay, let's see. Bethenny Frankel. Podcast interview. Rachel Leviss. Ratings. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. It is hard to find ratings for this. It's not as easy as I thought. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bethenny slumming it in Arizona. Poor Bethenny slumming it in Arizona. You knew this was going to be really big news. All right. Bethenny Frankel. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to take out ratings and see if there's any articles about that. Part 3 roundup. Okay, Bethenny Frankel interview. Interview with Bethenny Frankel's pod. All right. I'm sure there is. Is there something on Instagram about that? Let me just look real quick, you guys. But I mean, this has got to be a very highly rated episode for her. It has to be. All right. Let's see. Oh, and Ariana put out a new cocktail book, and it's Single AF cocktails. So shout out to Ariana. Her and Sheena both making things happen. Well, I'll have to take more time. I don't want to waste you guys' time looking at this, but there has to be out there. I'll just have to do a little bit more digging. You guys are coming up with such great names. How to Lose a Best Friend in 7 months. She does need more therapy. But I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say this is probably Bethenny Frankel's highest rated, most listened to episode of her Just Be podcast. If anyone knows where to find the ratings like that for podcasts, let me know in the chat. But I'm gonna look it up after and see, because there's no way she's gotten this many listeners. So my point is, she didn't fly out there because she's like, oh, I feel so bad. I'm thinking of her. You are a business. You're not a businessman. You're a businessman. Like, you are the business, Bethenny. You're good at business. You know this shit. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to us.
Really have compassion and come to where you are so you feel safe, because I know that it was hard for you to talk to anyone. Yeah. And I was worried that you might get cold feet. You know, you came in very strong and very confident today and very together, which I didn't know if you'd be fragile or a mess so where will you be going from Arizona?
I'm going to
New
be
York.
traveling around. I'm not headed back to LA anytime
New York.
soon.
She's going to New York.
I have
She's going to New
some
York.
plans to
Say it.
different states and different areas.
New York.
So it's unwritten at this point, but I'm excited.
The rest is still unwritten. Is this going to be Laguna or not Laguna Beach? The Hills 2.0 with Rachel Raquel? She said it's unwritten. The rest is still unwritten.
You start.
Fresh start with Rachel Raquel. She's going to New York. She's going to the East Coast. She is. They always do this. They're like, LA, it's LA's fault. LA's gross. I'm gonna go to New York. New York will eat you up, baby girl.
It's a new chapter in my life.
A new journey, literal and figurative. Well, if you want to come visit me in the Hamptons, I'm right near the beach. So I just want to say thank you for trusting me. I mean, I give you a lot of credit for really staying quiet. It's very difficult to do that because you want to get your thought out, your word out. You want to correct everything that's wrong. And you took months to really just allow.
Who did? What happened there? Huh? Why'd she grunt? Was that Rachel?
I just want to say thank you for trusting me. I mean, I give you a lot of credit for really staying quiet. It's very difficult to do that because you want to get your thought out, your word out. You want to correct everything that's wrong. And you took months.
What the fuck was that? Is she okay? Bethenny, you forgot to edit out that part. She glitched. Robot Rachel glitched. We're going to listen to that again. Oh my God. That was scary. What was that, you guys?
Okay, so I just want to say
we're going to listen to it at 0.75. Okay.
I give you a lot of credit.
Oh my God.
For really staying quiet. It's very difficult to do that because you want to get your thought out, your word out. You want to correct everything that's wrong. And you took months to really just
Am I here? What? Oh no. Rachel, what happened? What?
For it all to settle. And when you don't know what to do, sit still. And you did sit still. And
that was
now,
Jesus. Yeah, that was God. It was like, stop it.
You know, is there anything we didn't
Stop
cover? Were you able to get your entire story and your whole voice out today?
I think that whatever we didn't get to, which there's so much.
There's so much you can listen to on my podcast. Wreck-It Ralph Rachel style.
Goes on behind the scenes.
Mental health mistress.
What happens in
You're going to do what a novel idea, behind the scenes of reality TV. Isn't that what Jackson Brittany's podcast is supposed to be about?
Internally, even that.
Save it for your podcast.
Exactly. We'll get there.
Save it for your podcast. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. I will probably, obviously, check out the first episode just to roast it, but I don't look forward to it. Okay. It's going to be a journey. It's going to be a lot. All right, you guys. I was hoping this could be a little bit shorter of a live this time, but we're almost at 2 hours. You guys have been wonderful, beautiful. Your comments have been hilarious. Thank you. Please don't forget to comment after the video post because I didn't get through everyone's comments and I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'll just say, put in the comment section after the video post so we can have it there forever and ever and I can take a look at it, what you think Rachel Raquel's podcast name should be for her new mental health mistress podcast coming out. That she is talking about. I would love to hear that. Smash that like. Make sure you smash the bell as well. Tap that little bell thingy so you get notified every time I go live or post a new video about Bravo or any of the other things I talk about in pop culture and television and comedy. Thank you so much. Shout out to my mods. You are wonderful. Thank you to everyone for the super chats, all my members and my Patreon supporters. You guys are making this new career path of mine really, really fun and rewarding, and I appreciate it. All right, you guys, take care of yourself. I'll be back soon with another video, but until then, remember to enjoy yourself because it's later than you think. Bye.